Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Costume Show 2023. Live from Dubai. Your hosts, Alexa Guskaya and Marilyn Burek.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Dubai. It's a pleasure for us to celebrate this amazing show in your beautiful lands. My name is Alexa Guskaya, and with my partner Marilyn Burek we will present the National Costume Show.
You're right, my dearest Alexa. Today we will see to our delegates parading in their national costume. Are you ready to witness the beauty, glamour, magic and too much feathers? This is the National Costume Show 2023.
But before to start, we would like to clarify. Not all our countries brought traditional costume. If you don't see your favorite candidate, it's because she couldn't send. Okay, let's start.
Albania, land of the eagles. Inspired by the black eagle on the Albanian flag, the two-headed black eagle has withstood time, being the nation's symbol alongside centuries of leaders and rulers dating back to the medieval period. It is speculated that the Albanians most likely took the design from the Roman banners, where it represented the power and glory of the Roman Empire. As the eagle represents pride, heroism, strength, and the people's ability to survive historical calamities, the eagle is a symbol of great honor for many Albanians. Albania.
Angola. Savannah Spirit is the captivating national costume that celebrates the rich cultural heritage of Angola's indigenous communities. The costume is inspired by the vibrant colors and patterns found in traditional Angolan attire, reflecting the country's diverse ethnic groups and their deep connection to the land. Angola.
Antigua and Barbuda, the greatest vehicle of expression. Antigua's carnival is often described as the Caribbean's greatest summer festival, with an explosion of artistic and cultural talent, music, steel bands and calypso. Antigua and Barbuda.
Argentina. Cataratas del Iguazu. It is a tribute to the Iguazu Falls, made with recycled materials and the colors of the Argentine flag. Argentina.
Armenia. Taraz. Molina's national costume is a modernistic fusion of the Armenian dress, the taraz, which she sewn herself. The Armenian national costume, having existed through long periods of historical development, was one of the signals of self-preservation for the Armenian culture. Being in an area at the crossroads of diverse Eastern styles, Armenian dress is significant in not only borrowing but also often playing an influential role on neighboring nations. Armenia.
Australia. Golden Warrior Angel. The Australian national costume for this golden warrior angel exudes prosperity and safety. With a resplendent golden gown adorned with shimmering sequins and patterns inspired by the country's iconic landscapes. Ethically sourced feathers form angelic wings, symbolizing Australia's protective nature. As this radiant angel takes the stage, she embodies the wealth and security of her country, promising a bright and prosperous future for all Australians. Australia.
Barbados. Barbados in my heart. Her national costume is a tribute to Barbados' traditional dress and its flag as well. The costume features a flowing gown in the colors of the flag and is adorned with intricate embroidery or beading that depicts symbols of Barbadian culture. Barbados.
Bolivia. Archangel Michael. The Diablada is a national dance of Bolivia. This tells the story of good versus evil. Archangel Michael is the one who fights against Satan and Lucifer, and means light and hope over negative things. This dance is the main protagonist of the Oral Carnival, masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. Bolivia.
Albania. Angola. Antigua and Barbuda. Argentina. Armenia. Australia. Barbados and Bolivia.
Bosnia and Herzegovina. Patriotic Bride. In the city where Adna was born, Marriage is seen as such a sacred moment that even strangers participate in the joy of moving with gifts prayers. The bride wears a typical Bosnian dress handed down by the ancestors of the family, and the woman already married lend very precious jewels. The more flashy they are, the more the bride will be lucky enough to have strong and healthy children. Customarily, the clothes must be warm colors, tending to red to share the passion and warmth towards their husband. Agna's costume will take up the colors of the Bosnian flag, to symbolize the love, attachment, and gratitude that the girl has towards her native land. Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Brazil. São João. São João is one of the most traditional festivals in the northeast of Brazil and is named after a saint who lived during the same period as Jesus Christ, São João Batista. Made by Luna Couture, her costume brings joy and rescues the roots of a people who value their traditions, also alluding to São João Alagoano or Festa Junina, which is celebrated in her state, Brazil.
Bulgaria. Traditional costume. Her national costume is modern revisitation of the Bulgarian traditional clothing. Bulgarians call their traditional clothing nosia. Each nosia is unique to the person wearing it. They were embroidered with symbols called shavitsi. These shavitsi were special because they showed the personality, status, goals, and wishes of the wearer. Bulgaria.
Canada, the frozen land, is the enchanting national costume that pays homage to Canada's captivating winter season and the beauty of snowflakes. The suit is a mesmerizing display of icy snowflakes, reflecting the pristine landscapes and snowy wonderlands that grace the country during winter. Delicate snowflake patterns adorn the costume, each one unique, symbolizing the diversity and individuality cherished by Canada. The flowing drapery and shimmering embellishments evoke the graceful movement of falling snow, capturing the essence of winter's enchantment. As the beauty queen dons the frozen land ensemble, she becomes a living embodiment of Canada's winter charm, and a celebration of the magic that blankets the nation in snow. Canada.
Cayman Islands. Carnival. The national costume represents the Carnival of Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands.
China. The legend of Hua Mulan. The national costume of China represents the legend of the warrior Hua Mulan, who disguised herself as a man to replace her elderly father. In the war against the Mongols, the legend represents the values of honor, perseverance and strength. She has on her back the wings of the phoenix, who is said to have protected the warrior in the battles she fought. China.
Colombia. The legend of the Dorado. It alludes to a legend generated from the ceremony of the Muisca people in the Guatavita Lagoon. The legend speaks of a kingdom or city covered in gold and emeralds thanks to its rich mines of these materials. Different Spanish and English expeditions were organized to search for this supposed golden city in order to find the lost city. Colombia.
Croatia. The Black Queen. Many years ago the Plitvice region was taken over by a huge natural disaster. The great drought lasted many months. The rain existed only in the memory of the oldest inhabitants. The animals, plants, died of thirst. The rocks broke in pain and the only spring turned to dust. The Red Queen, seeing so much disability, sadness and suffering, decided to help the desolate people, accompanied by a strong wind, deafening thunder. An immensity of drops began to fall on the Plitvice region. It rained so much and so hard that the spring began to run to 16 lakes, so powerfully that no one has ever been able to stop it. So he built a castle on the hill above the largest lake in Plitvice, Kozjak, where they enjoy its beauty and symphony of the waterfalls. Croatia.
Bosnia and Herzegovina. Brazil. Bulgaria. Canada. Cayman Islands. China. Colombia. And Croatia. Cuba. Celia Cruz's legacy. The typical costume honors Celia Cruz, who was a Cuban singer. Nicknamed the Queen of Salsa and La Guarachera de Cuba, she is widely considered one of the most popular and important Latin artists of the 20th century and an icon of Latin music. The colors of the dress match those of the flowers around Celia's portrait, which was one of her favorite colors, especially blue. Cuba.
Cyprus. I was born a queen. The costumes show this big shell to represent a sea's goddess, and she represents sea from her hometown Limassol. Cyprus.
Czech Republic. The Queen of Prague. This dress represents the beautiful landscapes of the capital of the Czech Republic. In addition, the dress shows the sunsets of her city. Czech Republic.
Democratic Republic of the Congo, women of Mbandaka. The national costume of the Democratic Republic of the Congo pays tribute to the tribes that live in the Mbandaka region. The women wear a top and skirt with a headdress, which is a very popular style in the country. In these tops, headdresses and skirts, the colors are usually bright and there are different patterns. Women always wear dresses, never pants. Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Dominican Republic. Casaca Anacaona. The details of the suit are inspired by the Cigua palmera and the Rosa de Beehive, the national bird and flower of the Dominican Republic. The suit is made of blue feathers, the color of purity, and embossed in gold, the most important mineral in this country. Dominican Republic.
Egypt. Queen Arcasia of Kemet. Inspired by Anne Rice's novels, circa 4000 BC, Queen Arcasia of Kemet was the companion of King Ekil, both of whom were the first vampires to rule ancient Egypt. The black details of the belly dancing costume represent the vampiric feel of the story. Egypt.
El Salvador. The Royal Goddess is the captivating national costume of El Salvador, embodying the country's rich heritage and deep connection to its natural surroundings. The gown's elegant silhouette is adorned with hues of blue, symbolizing the vast and mesmerizing ocean that graces El Salvador's coastline. Ethically sourced feathers embellish the costume, paying homage to the ancient cultures that have thrived on the land for centuries. As the beauty queen dons the royal goddess ensemble, she radiates the grace and strength of a divine ruler. Representing El Salvador's cultural significance and profound reverence for its land and seas. El Salvador.
Ethiopia. Warrior. The costume represents in a modern and stylized way a mixture of a warrior costume of the tribes in ancient Ethiopia and a typical costume of the region. Ethiopia. Cuba. Cyprus. Czech Republic. Democratic Republic of the Congo, Dominican Republic, Egypt, El Salvador, and Ethiopia.
Finland. Aurora Borealis. Karina's national costume is inspired by the colors of the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights, or the Aurora Borealis, are beautiful dancing waves of light that have captivated people for millennia. These lights can be seen in the Nordic countries including Finland, the Finnish Laplands to be exact. Finland.
France. Colonial lady. The costume represents the ladies of French colonial high society, dressed in large skirts. The colors of the French flag are reflected in this design. The accessories add elegance and sophistication to this beautiful costume. France.
Georgia. Hartuli. It is a long dress, tightly belted, with ornate bodice and long laps. The belt is beautifully decorated, almost floor-length. Georgian headdress needs special attention. It consists of lechiki, kopi, chikta, Baghdadi, and chadri. Georgia.
Germany. Brandenburg. The Brandenburg Gate is a former city gate to Berlin, as well as a major symbol of the capital city. It has served as a symbol of both the division of Germany and the country's reunification and is one of Berlin's most visited landmarks. Today the Brandenburg Gate is a symbol of many things, including the tumultuous histories of Germany and Europe. Germany.
Greece. The Flame. Her national costume is a tribute to the Olympic flame. It represents the culture and heritage of Greece as well as the spirit of the Olympic Games. The costume features vibrant colors such as gold, orange, and red, which are reminiscent of the flickering flames of the Olympic torch. Greece.
Guatemala, Zecul Occidental. The costume represents the facade of the San Andres Zecul Church, in the department of Quetzaltenango, a picturesque construction that stands out for its attractive colors and details. A monument that fills all of Guatemala with pride. Guatemala.
Honduras. The Jaguar's Temple. This glamorous trousseau is inspired by the Mayan ruins of Copan. Through creation, a tribute is paid to the jaguar, the largest feline in America. As well as reflecting darkness, light, power, strength, life and fertility. It has a series of inspired details in Mayan cultural wealth and weighs around 65 pounds. Wearing a 3-meter cape and hand embroidered in beaded rhinestones and pheasant feathers. Honduras.
Hungary, Happy Folklore. Her national costume is a tribute to Hungarian folklore, which highlights the national motifs and textures of his country. This costume was hand-painted by artisans. Hungary.
Finland. France. Georgia. Germany. Greece. Guatemala, Honduras, and Hungary.
India, Lotus Bollywood princess. In tantric cults it is believed that every woman is pervaded by Sakti, that is, possesses that divine energy that makes possible the transformations in the cosmos. Thus being more powerful than man, the consequence of this is that the woman is considered a messenger of the divine, a way of access to union with God, or to bliss. Lotus are very rare in India, which is why they are seen as a symbol of power, beauty and creativity. An old legend tells that a girl will be born from the river Ganges, transported to earth by a bed of lotus flowers. This child will be the goddess of creations, a princess Sakti. India.
Indonesia. Ibu Pertiwi. This costume represents the sky and land of Indonesia. The back detail symbolizes the uniqueness of Indonesian cultures as well as the traditional artifacts that exist in Indonesia. The gown represents the seas and marine life of Indonesia, and the headdress represents the celebration of death. Indonesia.
Ireland, the Celtic Tree of Life. The Tree of Life represents the afterlife and the connection between the earth and heaven. The bond and affection to trees are so deep that Celts believed the actual trees were their ancestors, gatekeepers to the Celtic otherworld. As such, the Tree of Life in Celtic culture is sacred. Ireland.
Israel. Blue Diamond. The name reflects the deep blue of the costume, and symbolizes the richness and purity of the Israeli culture. In the background, a shield with the flag of Israel accompanied with blue butterfly wings representing a symbol of constant transformation, perseverance and resilience. Israel.
Italy, Medusa of Art. The dress represents the triumph of the Italian woman and art, a winning woman who proudly wears our artistic heritage, proud and dangerous like Medusa. Italy.
Jamaica. Queen Nanny of the Maroons. The costume pays tribute to Queen Nanny of the Maroons, a symbol of strength, resilience, and courage, who led her people in 18th century Jamaica in a fight for freedom against slave masters. The costume features a burlap cascading overskirt representing Queen Nanny's reliance on the environment and an upcycled silk lane bustier decorated with crystals symbolizing sustainability. The necklace is made from upcycled fabrics, sequins, crystals, and feathers and pays homage to Queen Nanny's African ancestry. Her signature white head wrap is made from sequins for stage effect. Jamaica.
Japan, the Queen of Sakura. The costume represents the beautiful lovely Sakura, the flower who is one of important symbol from Japan, and it is born during spring. Every year the people are lucky enough to enjoy the Sakura blossoms in Japan. Japan.
Kenya. Traditional costume. Her national costume represents her Maasai tribes and pays tribute to their culture. Kenya.
India, Indonesia, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, and Kenya.
Korea. The hanbok. This national costume represents the Korean dress. They are often characterized by bright colors and simple lines without pockets. Korea.
Kosovo, embroidery. Her national costume is a mix of ancient architecture, traditional jewelry and costumes from Kosovo. It is a tribute to embroidery. Embroidery is a traditional art form in Kosovo, and many skilled artisans create intricate designs and patterns using a needle and thread. Kosovo.
Laos. The symbolic of 3 Lao ethnic groups. It is a national costume that shows 3 great tribes together, Lao Kumi, Lower Lao, Lao Hmong tribe, showing the loving solidarity you have with each other for a long time. Laos.
Lebanon, Muslim Lebanese women. The national costume of Lebanon pays homage to the Lebanese women who profess Islam, adapts the wealth and traditions of the Lebanese people. The dress is ornamented with silver threads and precious stones that give a touch of majesty. Lebanon.
Madagascar. The journey. The costume represents a young girl is turning into a beautiful woman. Madagascar.
Malaysia, Olik Ma Yang. These national costume is called as Olik Ma Yang, which is based on a tale about a fisherman, whose soul was stolen by a sea princess who fell in love with him. The fisherman's soul and health was later restored with the help of Bomo, who then confronted the sea princess and her 6 sisters. Malaysia.
Malta. The flag. The national costume she wears is a representation of Maltese flag. The red tone is thought to symbolize sacrifices made by the Maltese people for defending their faith, while the white tone stands for peace, love, light and optimism, and the George Cross represents bravery. Malta.
Mexico, La Catrina Talavera. The costume of Mexico is a combination of the famous Catrina of the Day of the Dead together with the handmade painting called Talavera, originating from the state of Puebla. Just like the butterflies allude to the monarch butterflies that migrate from Canada to the country, Mexico.
Korea. Kosovo. Laos. Lebanon. Madagascar. Malaysia. Malta. And Mexico.
Morocco, Moroccan pride. The Moroccan costume is a red kaftan, a typical costume of this country, and the color symbolizes the color of the national flag, just as the headdress refers to the star that is part of the national coat of arms, with touches of gold referring to the lion, the national animal of Morocco. Morocco.
Namibia. Namibia, my flag, my greatest pride. The suit is inspired by the national flag. It is composed of a suit that bears the colors of the flag such as green, white, blue and red, and on the back a sun, our national symbol that illuminates us every day. It is a tribute to that pride that we feel every time our flag is represented worldwide. Namibia.
Nepal, Golden Serenity, is the enchanting national costume that captures the essence of Nepal's profound Buddhist heritage and its rich culture of gold craftsmanship. The costume's radiant golden hues symbolize Nepal's regal past and the nation's enduring commitment to preserving its cultural treasures. As the beauty queen dons the Golden Serenity ensemble, she becomes the embodiment of Nepal's majestic charm and spiritual enlightenment. Nepal.
Netherlands. Enchanting landscape. The part of the dress is inspired by the colors of the flag and the back part by the crops of tulips, the national flower of our country, which adorn our landscape with their beautiful colors, making this a wonderful sight for nationals and tourists. In the background are famous windmills, icons of national engineering and inspiration for many countries that have joined the production of wind energy. Netherlands.
New Zealand. Eco-floral majesty. The national costume from New Zealand is a stunning embodiment of eco-friendliness and environmental preservation. Crafted from recycled materials, the base features vibrant shades of blue and green, representing the country's oceans and landscapes. At the top, an arrangement of native flowers, including the silver fern, corfide, and pohutukawa, is intricately woven together, symbolizing the diverse flora unique to New Zealand. New Zealand.
Nicaragua. Paradise skirts of my beautiful Mombacho. Inspired by one of our most important natural beauties, such as the Mombacho volcano, which is covered with vegetation. That is why the costume has many flowers, green and nature colors. It is made with organic material, embodying beauty of the majestic Mombacho in this beautiful creation. Nicaragua.
Nigeria. Manwa. Manwa is a female masquerade costume that's designed for ceremonial and festive purposes to celebrate the rich Nigerian cultural heritage, paying closer attention to the strength women possess. It represents the beautiful Manwa who fought tirelessly to stop girl-child mutilation and child slavery, while the colorful patterns and embellishments portray the African dashiki, which offers a visual appeal and forms meant to invoke the ancestral spirits. Nigeria.
Norway. Bunad. The bunad is a national costume based on the attire worn by the Norwegian farming society of yesteryear. And the crown represents the Norwegian monarchy. Norway.
Morocco. Namibia. Nepal. Netherlands. New Zealand. Nicaragua, Nigeria, and Norway.
Paraguay. Maracuya. The costume represents the national flower of Paraguay. This precious flower is distinguished by its shape, details, and bright colors. The also well-known passion flower is a climbing plant that, in favorable weather conditions, can measure up to 9 meters high. Paraguay.
Peru. Paris national costume is inspired and is a tribute to Peru National Independence Day with a white dove, symbol of peace. Peru.
Poland. Peace on the world. The national costume of Poland is inspired by peace and the brotherhood of the Polish people with the Ukrainian people. In recent years, Poland has been an example of goodwill by receiving war refugees from Ukraine and giving a message to the international community to stop the war. Poland.
Puerto Rico. Guardian of the Bay. Miss Puerto Rico's national costume is inspired in the guardian of the bioluminescent Bay of Puerto Rico. This costume represents the light of dinoflagellates that when in movement looks like a natural fantasy. This phenomenon is very unique of the island of enchantment, only found in 2 parts of the Caribbean seaside of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Romania. The bride. Her national costume represents a modern version of the Transylvania bridal dress, the Transylvania bride dress. This style is more elaborate and features a long, flowing skirt with multiple layers of lace and embroidered tulle, and a bodice with intricate embroidery and beading. The blouse is usually white, and the bride also wears a headpiece or crown adorned with pearls and flowers. Romania.
Russia. This stunning ball gown of a costume inspired by Russian Chil pottery ceramics. The design features hand-painted flowers and delicate rhinestones and that glorious traditional Russian folk headdress. Russia.
Saint Lucia. The rose. The national costume represents the national flower of Saint Lucia, the rose. Saint Lucia.
San Marino, the Empire. The national costume of San Marino represents the medieval period of the country, as San Marino gained independence from the Roman Empire on September 3rd, year 301, San Marino.
Paraguay, Peru, Poland, Puerto Rico, Romania, Russia, Saint Lucia, and San Marino.
South Africa, fertility warrior. The story tells of a warrior of light, who softens the souls of the twins and convinces them to take refuge in her uterus, to find peace and reincarnations into children. From that moment the warrior became a bearer of abundance and fertility, being venerated together with her 2 children. South Africa.
Spain. The Compassionate Matador is the poignant national costume representing Spain, designed to raise awareness about the cruelty of bullfighting and its impact on the majestic bulls. The Compassionate Matador, she wants to say she is against it, but it is part of her culture. Spain.
Suriname. Suriname natural paradise. The suit shows the natural beauty of Suriname, in which we can appreciate the representative fauna and flora of the Surinamese jungles, such as the jaguar and the giant armadillo, the various flowers and the beautiful blue butterfly, a suit that invites us to value our wealth. Natural. Suriname.
Sweden.
Seriously, it doesn't have a description?
Well, they didn't give a description. The truth is,
a yellow skirt and a blue blouse.
Miralem. Stop it.
With a cute little hat. Sweden.
Oh my god, Miralem. Sweden.
Switzerland, my nation. Inspired by the colors of the national flag of Switzerland, it is a costume that closely resembles the monarch's society, but it is possible to observe some touches from its own country that make the difference. Switzerland.
Tanzania. Fighter. With the dress Miss Tanzania represent the fighters of Tanzania, wild and full proud represent the folklore and tenacity of their beautiful people. Tanzania.
Thailand. Temple of Lotus. The Temple of Lotus represents the power of the magnificent flower cultivated by the Thai people for so many years. Lotus is a powerful flower that can be used for medicinal purposes and essential oils. Also connect your spirit with the supernatural. Thailand.
Tonga. Her national costume is a tribute to the richness of the seas surrounding the islands of the Kingdom of Tonga, and at the same time to the Aboriginal culture and traditions. Tonga.
South Africa, Spain, Suriname, Sweden, Switzerland, Tanzania, Thailand, and Tonga.
Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidadian Carnival Queen. Trinidad and Tobago's national costume represents the free spirit of the many women in Trinidad and Tobago, as they become colorful and full of joy as they celebrate their culture in many feathers and different colors, as well as partaking in a liberating and inclusive festival. Trinidad and Tobago.
Turkey, the song of the Turkish women. At the end of the 19th century, when Abdul Hamid II ascended the throne, the music ended and the gaiety ceased. Haunted by a paranoid fear of assassination, the Sultan banned all gatherings, including musical performances, boat rides, and dances, a choir in honor of the woman who courageously thought about their desire for life. That day is still remembered as the song of the Turkish women. Turkey.
Ukraine. Roxolana. Her dress is an homage to Queen Roxolana. Harem Sultan, better known as Roxolana, was a woman of Ukrainian origin who became the influential consort of Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. She held significant sway over the Sultan's decisions and had a considerable impact on the Ottoman Empire. Ukraine.
United Arab Emirates. Muslim woman. This attire, according to the Quran, the book of Muslim precepts, invites men and women to cover themselves and be modest. The Quran does not explicitly state that women should cover themselves completely. United Arab Emirates.
Uruguay. La Merga. It is one of the traditional categories of the Uruguayan carnival. where they present costumes and abstract visual effects. La Murga defines itself as the voice of the people, where social and political criticism with a touch of humor develops throughout the performance. Uruguay.
Trinidad and Tobago, Turkey, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, and Uruguay. US Virgin Islands. The Carnival. Great description. A pretty bikini with colorful feathers.
Miralem, please.
She looks like a Victoria's Secret angel.
Oh Jesus.
US Virgin Islands.
USA. Barbie. This national costume inspired by Barbie and her message, you can be anything. It is a call for the empowerment of women and for the closing of gaps and imaginary barriers between genders that make no sense. If we are going to dream, let's dream big and without limits. USA.
Venezuela. Reino Encantada del Mar, enchanted queen of the sea. The Mermaid Waka, inspired by the legend of the mestizo Indian Garakat Waka from the Guayqueries tribe. Venezuela.
Vietnam. Poinsettia flower. Inspiration from the legend of the poinsettia flower and Nguyen Thai Ju, who was the first and only doctoral laureate female Mandarin in Vietnamese feudal history. Most notably, the highlight of the design is the headdress and the body of the dress, both of which have been decorated on architectural features from the statues of the Lai and Nguyen dynasties. Vietnam.
Wales. Wings. The royal wing costume is a representation of the royal wealth and the power and will of the Prince of Wales. Wales.
US Virgin Islands. USA. Venezuela. Vietnam. And Wales.
And we finished. Oh my god. It was wonderful, don't you think, Alexa? What do you think?
Sincerely is that they are all amazing. It will be very difficult to choose just one winner. Comment right below under the description which were your favorites. And on the final night we will see the winning national costume.
For our part it is everything, and we will see you next week for the preliminary competition. But before, subscribe our channel, give like and subscribe in all our social media. These is Miss Sim Universe 2023 live from United Arab Emirates.